So delighted to say, joined by England cricketer and Red Bull athlete Alice Capsey. Alice, you're in Dubai. How are you settling in? The T20 World Cup starts next week. So yeah, just how are you?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. Yeah, like you said, just got to Dubai. We've been in Abu Dhabi for the last 10 days on a bit of a preparation camp. So yeah, it's really exciting to now be here in Dubai, and it's all starting to feel like it's getting pretty close now.
And I guess that benefits you where you've had that training camp, as you say, but now the tournament's hosted in Abu Dhabi and Dubai compared to Bangladesh. So how much of that helps you?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, when it was in Bangladesh, we already planned this 10-day training camp in Abu Dhabi. So I guess we've kind of lucked out with getting an extra 10 days in the country to learn conditions and things like that. So no, we're in a really good spot, and I think as a team, we're just really looking forward to getting going into the competition now.
And how are you personally? You've not played since the 100, of course, had a good few weeks off cricket, refreshed and recharged, ready to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, with such a kind of crazy summer that we've had, but then also coming into this winter, we've got some really major things and exciting things this winter. So I think we all kind of jump to the opportunity to have a couple of weeks off and recharge and get away from the game, and we're all pretty buzzing to be back together as a group, and spirits are pretty high, and there's a lot of energy around the camp at the moment.
And you're talking to us today on behalf of Red Bull. Just talk to us about you, really, your rise. You've been well known since, what, 3 years ago? You burst onto the scene for the 100. You've played Ashes, T20 World Cup, played for England, played in franchises. What's it like being Alice Capsey at the moment?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I have to admit. Yeah, from kind of that 16-year-old who was very introverted to now playing around the world and being very lucky to be a part of all of these competitions, but also to, I guess, have the support of brands like Red Bull. Yeah, I feel pretty fortunate, and I feel like I've got a really good kind of network, which is just allowing me to go onto the pitch and just not have to worry about anything else that's going on around me. So no, I'm very lucky, and like you said, it's been kind of 3 or 4 years of first, which is amazing, and kind of it's still kind of pinch me moments. But yeah, it's pretty exciting, and there's definitely worse things to do when your job is to play cricket, travel the world, meet people, go to different countries, and yeah, like you said, to be able to be a part of the Red Bull family over the last kind of, I think it's now about a year, 18 months, it is pretty special. So no, I'm loving life.
And how have you dealt with sort of that newfound fame, I guess? Because when you're growing up, you just get taught how to play cricket and all the wheres and wherefores about cricket, but not how to deal with the spotlight and that sort of stuff. So how have you felt going from, as you say, that 16-year-old girl that just wanted to play cricket to all the extra added things that an international cricketer comes with?
Yeah, it's been a shock to the system, that's for sure. It was a bit of baptism of fire, I think, during that first year of the 100. I'd gone from never doing an interview before to, after that 50 at Lords, having to do 10 that evening, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing here? So no, it's been a baptism of fire, that's for sure, but it's been really enjoyable. I think um, it's definitely challenged me at times. I'm kind of someone who likes to go under the radar, just get what I need to do done, and like you said, I was just learning to play cricket, and I was just enjoying being on the pitch. So to now have kind of people watching me and taking such a interest in my career, I guess, has been a bit of a something that I've had to get used to, and kind of being in the spotlight a little bit more. You're obviously going to get people talking about you, writing about you, which has been a challenge in itself just to get used to that, I think. And I'm feeling in a great place now, kind of going into this winter and the exciting 2025. So no, I've definitely rode the ebbs and flows of kind of, I guess, rising into limelight a little bit, but I'm one of five. I'm the youngest. I've got a big family, so every time I go home, I'm just that kind of youngster, that annoying little sister. And yeah, the support that I've had from my family is been amazing. So no, I've stayed pretty humbled, that's for sure, through my family and friends.
And does it help you? You say being the youngest there, you have an older family, and with being an international cricketer, and especially the growth of the women's game, there is a few times you might get criticised for your performances where nothing can prepare you for, as you say, seeing people say stuff about you, write stuff about you. So has that kept you on a sort of straight and narrow, really, that you can lean on your older siblings and perhaps teammates?
Yeah, 100%. They've been incredible for me throughout my career, just supporting me no matter the result and no matter what happens. They're there for the good and the bad, like most families are. And yeah, I mean, every time I kind of go onto the pitch, I know exactly how much hard work they've also put into me behind the scenes, whether it be mum and dad driving me to training and things like that, or just being there for me through hard times, whether it be injuries or kind of low patches in performance. But yeah, like you said, also your teammates are really important. I think that's kind of the really safe environment that we're starting to create here at England, is just that you kind of get the feeling that we're focusing on ourselves and we're not listening too much to the outside noise. And yeah, for someone who probably kind of had that transition phase in 2023 where I did find it a little bit tricky, they were amazing. They supported me throughout, and yeah, every time I go onto the pitch, I've got their complete backing. So I guess that transition of reading it to now, I don't read anything really, and yeah, the only opinions that kind of truly matter to me are the ones with my friends and family and teammates. So keeping it quite a close circle.
And also, you talk earlier about a pinch me moment. What's it like when you get into the England team? You're playing with the likes of Nat Sciver-Brunt. You probably would have watched Nat growing up, and now you're sharing a dressing room with her. That must be pretty surreal for you, right?
Oh, 100%. I remember kind of making my debut and looking around in the circle and like thinking, oh my God, it was only 5 years ago that cause it was actually on the day. It was 5 years ago that they were winning the 2017 World Cup at Lords and I was sat in the crowd. So yeah, it was a really nice full circle moment. But we've seen how incredible Nat Sciver-Brunt is, and just the way that she is just so consistent. She's the best in the world. And yeah, I mean, every time I go onto the pitch, it's like, oh my God, I'm on the same team as one of the greatest kind of English cricketers we've produced. So no, it's definitely a pinch me moment. And just also, she's just so kind of open to teaching and learning and kind of having those sort of really useful conversations. And for me as a youngster, kind of having her as a bit of someone to lean on and to look up to, it's great.
And just a couple more. You say you're in Dubai now, ready for the T20 World Cup. England obviously have a lot of players nowadays that play in franchise tournaments. You yourself have played in the WPL, WBBL, etc. How much does that help sort of England, I guess, in their chances heading into this tournament?
Yeah, look, I think when it comes to T20 cricket in general, it's just one of those fickle formats that anything can happen on the day. It's whoever plays better on the day. And especially when you then come into adding into the mix a World Cup, yeah, anything could happen in these sort of competitions. But like you said, there's a number of us who have now played alongside many of the different players that we're going to come up against, whether it be in the WBBL or WPL. So I guess there's now nowhere to hide within international cricket, which is pretty exciting. I think it's just raising the standard. And yeah, I think you obviously have the likes of Australia who have dominated women's cricket for so long. And yeah, we've been kind of having to play a little bit of catch up and striving to compete and play our best cricket. And I think that's what we're going to try and do this tournament as well. We're just going to be focusing on ourselves and trying to get the best out of ourselves, and hopefully that leads to results and being there and thereabouts at the end of the tournament, coming up against the best teams in the world.
Yeah, you talk about bursting onto the scene 3 years ago as well. People forget you're only 20 as well. So a lot of people seem to, as I say, forget that. What's the future hold for you? I saw you sort of helping Lauren Winfield Hill with the sort of captaincy at the Oval Invincibles. Is that something that interests you, or are you sort of, I'm a 20-year-old, I just want to enjoy my cricket for now, I'll deal with the extra responsibility in a few years' time?
Yeah, look, like you said, I'm only 20, still young, still the forefront of my mind is enjoying it and taking all the opportunities I can, and I guess learning as much as I can in all of the different environments that I'm put into. But yeah, it's something I really enjoyed, taking on that extra responsibility within the Open Invincibles and working with Loz. She was great at kind of being really open and having conversations with me, and she taught me so much during that short period of time, and it's definitely something that I've really enjoyed and something that I want to do in the future, maybe at whatever opportunities I get. But like you said, at the moment, it's very much kind of just trying to improve my game, win as many matches as I can for whoever I'm playing for, and just enjoying it and seeing where the game takes me, I guess.
And just finally, you are a Red Bull athlete, of course. We're here speaking on behalf of Red Bull. Just tell us a bit about what you're going to do throughout the T20 World Cup on your Instagram page.
Yeah, obviously, kind of delighted to be in partnership with Red Bull. Just to have their backing and support throughout kind of the T20 World Cup it is crucial, and I think it gives me just so much confidence going into it. Obviously, there'll be certain bits of content coming out around the World Cup, and yeah, I mean every single night game, I have a Red Bull anyway, so Red Bull won't just be on my social media. It'll be something that I'll be drinking a lot probably throughout the tournament just to keep me awake for these evening games. So no, obviously delighted to kind of have their support, and yeah, just really looking forward to kind of both myself and Red Bull, the brand, kind of hopefully engaging more people and kind of getting more people the exposure of cricket and getting them into the game, I guess.
Perfect. We'll leave it there. Good luck for next month. Hopefully England go on to lift the trophy.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.